Hey everyone, happy college football. Welcome to Porcelain Picks. I'm your host, Andrew Fabian. It is week 14. It is Saturday morning. We've got a big slate of games here ahead of us today. Yesterday, Porcelain Picks goes 3-1-1 for those of you following on our Twitter page. We've got a couple picks to make for you today because we at Porcelain Picks do not take weeks off. We are here to deliver you the locks you need as you scroll atop the porcelain throne. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you had a good one. Hope you got a lot of food, a lot of college football, the turkey, the stuffing, the works. I'm going to be working on some leftovers throughout the rest of this weekend as I watch some great college football action. We've got rivalry week, a couple good games going yesterday. We had that Georgia Tech game going to 8 OTs. What a game that was, although Kirby Smart likely happy with the win, but likely would have loved to pull away from his rival in Georgia Tech. All right, we're going to jump in. I'm going to go quick through today's slate, starting with the noon games. We got South Carolina at Clemson. South Carolina is a 3-point underdog at the time of this recording. I'm going to take South Carolina +3. They're going to go in. I think they'll beat Clemson. Their defensive line is the strong suit. They grade as the third best defensive line in the country behind Ole Miss and Michigan. South Carolina is going to be able to rush the passer. Cade Klubnik on the Clemson side does not do well when he's under pressure. I think SC comes out and wins this game, but we'll take the points here. +3, lock it, flush it. Tennessee at Vandy. Vandy's been sneaky good this year. This isn't your grandfather's Vandy or even your father's Vandy or yesteryear's Vandy. They're pretty decent. They're sitting here at 6-5. They're bowl eligible. That doesn't happen too often for them. We know they beat Bama. They had some close matchups with some of the SEC powers. Today, Tennessee is going to get it done. They match up really well against Vanderbilt. Vandy also does not do well when their quarterback's under pressure. Tennessee's got a vaulted pass rush. Look for Tennessee to cover the spread, -10.5. They don't need style points. They just need to win, and they're in the college football playoff. But look for them to try to jump into maybe hosting a first-round playoff if there's some upset. So look for Tennessee to pour it on. Nico's going to get his game back together. Dylan Sampson, who was snubbed for the Doak Walker Award finalist list. This guy's one of the best running backs in the country, bar none. Take Tennessee, -10.5. Go Vols. Lock it, flush it. All right, UTSA at Army. Army's a 6.5-point favorite after getting demolished by Notre Dame. I think this line should be over 10. Take Army to get back on track, -6.5. Lock it, flush it. Kansas Jayhawks, a surprise team as they head into the end of the year at Baylor. Kansas is a 1-point favorite right now. Look for Jalen Daniels to get it done again. This team continues to upset their opponents. They're playing like a top 25 team. They and the Florida Gators might be the two hottest teams in football, two best stories in football. Take Kansas -1, lock it, flush it. They'll win big against Baylor. 3:30 slate, we got Notre Dame at USC. Notre Dame typically has difficulty traveling to USC, but again, just like the South Carolina-Clemson game, Notre Dame matches up really well as a 6.5-point favorite at USC. The Trojans, they can't get much going in the long passing game so far this year. They've benched Miller Moss. They now have their second-string quarterback in. This guy is a transfer from UNLV. He had a boatload of turnovers last year for the Running Rebels. He's going to continue that today with the Notre Dame matchup. ND takes the ball away handily. I think their O-line is going to protect and get Riley Leonard some opportunities to throw the ball downfield. They've got a three-headed rushing attack on the Notre Dame side as well. Look for the Irish to run away with this one against the USC team that's licking their wounds and ready for next year. Lock it, flush it for the Irish. All right, Maryland at Penn State. The play in this game is under 50.5. I think Penn State gets close to covering that 25-point spread. As they get back on track, they're going to look to go into the playoff healthy. They're in a good spot here. If Ohio State beats Michigan, Penn State is going to get that rest week. They won't have to play in the Big Ten championship. Whatever your thoughts are on that opinion, look for Penn State to start resting up in preparation to host a playoff game. They can't trip up against Maryland here. They got to get it done. But I think this game goes under as Penn State looks to shorten this game and really just run the ball a lot and get the victory. So lock it, flush it, under 50.5. Arkansas at Missouri. Arkansas is a 3.5-point dog. Take Arkansas +3.5. Taylon Green's going to get it done against Mizzou all day long. Lock it, flush it. We got Auburn +10.5 at Alabama. Take Auburn +10.5. Lambert Smith got it done last week. Look for Auburn to continue to pull off some of these miraculous close games. I think they could beat Bama. Bama is sluggish and they're fighting for their playoff life, or so they think. Take Auburn. Lock it, flush it. All right, one last game. We got Texas at A&M, or two last games. Texas at A&M. Take A&M plus 5.5. You got Marcel Reed. He's going to be able to run the football against this Texas defense. Texas hasn't played anyone good this year outside of Georgia. They got blown out. I think Texas A&M could win this game. Both these teams are playing for an SEC title on the line and potentially a college football playoff berth. Lock it, flush it with the Aggies plus 5.5. All right, Purdue at Indiana. Indiana's going to bounce back from that defeat at Ohio State. They're still playing for the playoff. They're going to get it done with style points against a horrible Purdue team. Take Indiana minus 29.5. Lock it, flush it. That's your slate. That was 5.5 minutes. We got it done. Happy college football, everyone. For Joey Mack, I'm Andrew Fabian. Let's get it done. Happy Saturday.